Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. Where on earth is Primal Season 3? Primal's second season premiered all the way back on July 22nd of the year 2022, and it concluded on September 16th of the same year. We're creeping in on the 3-year mark since the second season premiered, and there's still no indication on when Primal's third season is going to air. The third season did take a little while to get greenlit. The third season didn't get greenlit until June of 2023, and we got the confirmation that it is going to be another 10-episode season, but other than that, there's really been no indication on when this third season of Primal is coming. The most recent word we got on it was when Genndy Tartakovsky sat down with Collider this past fall to discuss a myriad of topics, including Primal Season 3. Genndy was asked during the interview about the status of Primal Season 3, and he said, "It's coming. I'm finishing up the 10th episode right now, and so we got 10 more half hours. We're in production, and it's going to blow everyone's socks off, I think." Collider went on to ask, "Are you writing the script right now, or are you animating? Where are you in the actual production?" And Genndy responds saying, "We're halfway done with the animation already." He was asked to clarify, when you say episode 10, do you mean the script? And Genndy responded saying, "Yeah, I'm just finishing up the last episode, and half of it is already done because it's all overlapped. Half of it is already in animation. We're doing post on the first 2 episodes already, so we're over the hard part. We're in the heat of production." Lastly, he was asked, "Is it safe to assume that Primal Season 3 will be released in 2025? And Genndy responded saying, "I would say yes." So that's a lot of information right there, right? We got a little bit of a behind the scenes look at where Primal Season 3 is. At this point, this article was written back in October, so I would say by now, the script has been fully completed for episode 10. They are probably more into production than they were back then. They're probably done with half of the season, I would say, at this point in post-production. The other half of the season is probably well along within the animation process, and I'm assuming that it will all wrap up probably at the end of this year. As to Genndy's comments on the series most likely premiering in 2025, I'm gonna be honest, I'll believe it when I see it with this show, because I feel like from the get-go with Primal, it's kind of had a bit of a tumultuous development and a tumultuous timeline when you look at its release schedule. Like, the first season premiered its first 5 episodes from October 8th of 2019 through October 12th of that year. Then it took an entire year for the second half of that season to premiere in October 4th of 2020, and then it concluded on November 1st of the same year. And then, like I said before, we didn't get season 2 until July of 2022, and it's been almost 3 years, and there's no official word from Adult Swim on when this series is going to be premiering. So in all honesty, I could see it premiering this fall. I could see it premiering sometime in October or November, but at the same time, I would not be surprised at all if this series does not come until the first or second quarter of 2026. And it's really a shame with Primal, because I had this problem with the first and second season of the show. When the first 5 episodes premiered in season 1, I fell in love with this series, right? I was waiting for the second half of the season to come, kept waiting and waiting and waiting. As I said before, it took a year for the second half to come, and I was losing interest in the series. In all honesty, I watched the second half of season 1. I didn't love it as much as the first half of the season, and by the time at which season 2 came out, I had completely lost interest in the show. I have said this time and time again on this channel, and I will keep repeating myself because this is true. I don't care what franchise you are, when you take that long of a hiatus period, when you take a more than a year hiatus between seasons, you are going to lose people. You are going to lose interest in your series. It doesn't matter if you're Ben 10, it doesn't matter if you're Star Wars, it doesn't matter what you are. Every single franchise is going to face that problem, and time again, this has proven to be true. Primal is going to face that issue. Primal has faced that issue in the past. Between the first and second half of season 1, I was losing interest in the series, and then by the time season 2 came out, I had forgotten about this show. I have since caught up on it. I did really like season 2, and I'm curious to see what direction they take season 3 in, but I just find it rather odd to see that, hey, season 2 premiered 3 years ago, and we're still waiting to see the third season of this show. We're still waiting to find out what it's even about, because we don't really have any sort of confirmation on who this season is following. Is it following the daughter of Spear? Is it following a brand new character entirely? We don't know, because spoiler alert, if you haven't seen season 2, Spear dies at the end of it, so he will not be the protagonist of this third season. So who exactly are we following, and what exactly is the story going to be? Is it going to be somewhat of an anthology series where every single week we're following a different character, kind of like how we had that episode in season 2, The Primal Theory, which, by the way, that is my favorite episode of the entire series. I would be more than happy if they decided to go down that route, but again, we don't have any of that information. That all remains to be seen, and it's like, it's been almost 3 years. We know a third season is coming. We have no idea what it's going to be about. We have no idea when it's coming. I know Genndy said it's most likely coming in 2025, but in all all honesty, I remember back in the day, there were comments about, season 2 coming a little bit sooner. I believe, don't quote me on that, but I remember at one point, I believe Genndy was like, yeah, it should be coming soon, and then it didn't come to the following year. At the end of the day, Warner Brothers Discovery, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, they're all a mess when it comes to their scheduling and when things are actually going to come out. So even if something is ready, it could be held back for 6 to 8 months. I mean, hey, look what's happening right now with Total Drama Island. The second season aired last year in other parts of the world, and we're still sitting here waiting to hear when season 2 is coming to Cartoon Network. So at the end of the day, it's really a shame to see what's been happening with Primal. I do understand as well. I've seen the comments on some videos where people are like, animation takes time. Believe me, I know that. But at the end of the day, as a company, you kind of have to build that into your plan, right? You have to know that animation is going to take time. I don't understand why it took them a year to greenlight a third season for Primal. I don't know why they just didn't say, hey, season 2 ended, let's give it the green light right away. I understand Genndy is one person, he's a busy man. In that span of time between season 2 and season 3, we did have the premiere of Unicorn Warriors Eternal, which, speaking of that show, that's a dead series because it had its first season in 2023. It ended on a cliffhanger teasing a season 2, and we never got a green light for a second season. So it looks like that show's never going to be revisited at this point, which is a shame, but that's neither here nor there. Genndy's also working on those 2 films for Sony Pictures Animation, and he's working on Fixed, and I believe the other movie is called Black Knight or something along those lines. So again, he is a busy man. He's only one person. I understand all of that, but at the end of the day, when you have such a long hiatus period for any franchise, it doesn't matter what you are, people are going to lose interest in that series. It's happened time and time again, and it's going to happen again here, unfortunately. It's just a matter of how big is the drop-off. Does the majority of your fan base lose interest in the series, or is it just a small contingent? That all remains to be seen, but we'll have to wait and see for more details, hopefully at some point this year, on when Primal Season 3 is coming, because as of right now, we really don't have any clue. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think is happening with Primal Season 3? Do you think it's just a matter of the show's taking a while to develop, or do you think there's some issues happening behind the scenes? And when do you think this series is going to come? Do you think it's going to come in 2025 like Genndy was hinting at, or do you think it's going to get delayed until 2026? Let me know down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.